Welcome to PlayPSVR, the podcast, episode 84. Now, we have a quick hit this week. We're going to do one big segment, kind of a meaty segment. You'll understand why very, very soon. But we want to talk to you guys. We want to keep this going weekly. PlayPSVR, it's our baby. We want to coddle this baby, make this baby mature into something grown and full-fledged we can be proud of. Send it on its way, send it off to college, and we can get the returns on that investment. But Adam, before we get too deep in the PlayPSVR of this week, what did you game of juice, buddy?
I first have a joke for you, Alex.
Oh, I love jokes. Tell me about your jokes.
So the Tickle Me Elmo dolls that were famous when we were children, I recently read that there was a test that they did right before they shipped them out. Do you know what it was?
I do not know where this is going or what it was.
They gave them 2 test tickles.
That is good. That's a pretty... Adam, I'm not laughing because I'm taken aback. You finally told me a good joke at the beginning.
Boom. You should go tell your daughters now.
Go tell my daughter about the test tickles?
Yeah. She won't get it because she's stupid.
Listen, speaking of testicles, remember when I talked about my rabbit chewing through my VR headset?
I do remember that.
He got his comeuppance last week. Something happened. He got hurt on like a rock or something. His testicle was hanging out.
That is disgusting. Ew. How did you know that?
Well, he looked kind of messy. I took him to the vet, and the vet said his testicle's hanging out.
Oh, man. Wait, you didn't see it dangling when you picked
It's
him up?
a rabbit, man. He doesn't have the big old nards.
Oh, my.
I took him to that. It was an emergency neutering. Joke's on me. It cost like $200. So there goes my PlayStation 5 savings account.
Oh, dude, your poor rabbit.
Why would I pay $200 for a rabbit? I do not know.
You can't just let him live with his nut hanging out.
Well, put him to sleep. No, I like him. He's my buddy. Even though he chewed through my headset, that's why he stays outside now. Anyways, moving on. Thank you.
Gamer juice. I've got iced tea with lemon. Oh my, that is disgusting. Like my whole body, I'm having a visceral reaction. Oh my, that is disgusting.
Do you want me to make it worse? I can tell you how it happened.
No, please don't.
Okay, I'll tell you off air.
Please don't.
It involves a broken ladder and some screws. My gamer juice this week. My gamer juice this week is
no! Did it get caught between the screws?
Just a screw. Got caught on a screw.
Oh! Move on.
Down that rabbit's hole. White Claw, hard seltzer. I'm getting white girl drunk tonight with some mango-flavored White Claw. I'm not getting drunk. Responsible podcasting is what we're all about. But White Claw mango, white girl drinking. That's what I'm doing. The Power A play of the week, Adam. Do you have any idea what it is?
I laid down at night and I dreamt that I just had a very vivid dream. And I felt like it was in virtual reality, which of course I guess was a dream, so it was in real reality. And I couldn't really place what happened, I was just in this world. I was creating things. It was like Minecraft, but not, because it was so much better because Minecraft is freaking stupid. And I don't know what that has to do with what you ask, but that's all I got.
Well, the Power A play of the week is Dreams VR. So the VR patch was finally released for Dreams.
Wet Dreams?
Yeah, Wet Dreams. For the PS4, PSVR. Yeah. So, Dreams, it came out a long time ago. Everybody was excited about it, but the VR wasn't quite ready. They finally released the free update. Now, joke's on everybody that bought it early thinking, I'm going to get it for cheap early so that I can play it in VR later. Well, it's still $30 now. So, I went out. The patch came out. I couldn't resist. I bought it for $30 in the digital store. I have Dreams now. I can play it in VR. Here is the cool thing. I was afraid that Dreams, people were going to make these games, and then you wouldn't be able to play them in VR unless they said, like, yeah, please play it in VR. I made it special for VR. No. Every single game in Dreams is VR capable as long as they just hit the switch. They just got to hit a button, and you can play the game in VR. That is impressive. That is wonderful, meaning even if somebody doesn't have a VR headset, they can't test it, they can still make the game playable in VR. That's what motivated me to get Dreams, because I know people are going to make cool games. Give it time. Let them play. I hope to God this is a game that's upgraded for PlayStation 5 so that it can continue to develop content. because I know there was some crazy stuff made on Little Big Planet back in the PlayStation 3 era, and I hope people do crazy things with Dreams VR. But that is the game that I dove into this week for the PlayStation VR. Adam, did you play Dreams at all? You did the beta or something, right?
I did beta. Also, so if you're playing, they make Super Mario clones.
Mm-hmm.
Say they make a Super Mario clone. How do you play that in VR?
You are just hovering where the camera's supposed to be. That's it. That's how it works. Yeah, I know. It sounds weird. So here's the way. Let me break it down for you a little bit. I played the demo. The demo teaches you how to move the controller around. It has very nice motion controls. I was really impressed with that. You move your little Dreams buddy around and interact with the environment. You got to like push and pull. They teach you how to like basic interaction with the environment. And then there's like a VR tutorial to get you used to VR. They do this kind of a cool thing for comfort settings where you can move and there's like an avatar that runs around in the arena, and then when you stop moving, it teleports you to where he was. So that's kind of cool, kind of a split between like Moss type controls and then like a first-person teleportation thing. That was nice. They have a lot of comfort settings right off the bat as you go through the tutorial to get you used to like looking at things and moving your head around and interact with the environment that way. But then they let you unleash it, and you can turn off all the vignettes, turn off all the teleportation, get the smooth motion, turn off the spinning around and stuff like that. You can even change settings to allow decreased frame rates if you think that's not going to mess up your motion sickness. So they're really doing what they can to unlock people's creations to be able to play in VR if you want to. So that was impressive. The initial game, they have some VR Dreams games that people made, that the developers made, Media Molecule. There's like a first-person shooter where you're going through, and I couldn't quite get what was happening. You have a gun that's held up with like the controller's how you do it. The DualShock, not the moves, although you probably played in the moves, but I think everything's designed around the DualShock. And you aim and you shoot, and you got to like shoot cubes. And then if you shoot cubes, then you have so many seconds to shoot the smaller cubes that came out of it. And as you keep shooting those, it makes like a combo, and it's a score attack thing. Technically it worked really well and it was impressive, but it just wasn't that engaging. So once I got through the demo and I unlocked all the settings, I was ready to start hitting some games hard. So Adam, when you played the Dreams beta, did you play any really good games?
I saw more good artwork. There were a couple games that were pretty good that were, I don't know, nothing that made me, I haven't purchased the game. I'm not going to purchase it.
You played the beta, right?
I played the beta and it wasn't impressive enough. I've seen some stuff on YouTube. I don't know. I'm just not that interested. I don't have the time or the willpower to build anything. And other people's games just seems like miniature versions of games. Like, why play 3 or 5, miniature games of someone trying to replicate a real gaming experience when I could just play an hour of a real actual game?
So I totally hear you. I get it. To me, paying $30 to get Dreams VR is like buying a ticket to a museum. And I'm not here to play full-fledged games. I'm here to visit a museum and see these installations and get a full experience in a bite-sized amount. I don't have a lot of time to sink into a million games at once, but I really love short experiences that don't waste their time, and you get to know what they're all about, and you're done, and you can just think about it and enjoy it for what it is. So that's what I focused on when I played through Dreams VR the other night. Just kind of doing some quick hits and seeing what I could get out of it. In VR, the initial Media Molecule games they made, those were fun interactions. You're kind of pulling at art installations and moving things around, playing with blocks. That's cool. Whatever. I moved on. They have a nice little assortment. You can say, just when I have a VR headset on, only show me the games I can play in VR. This is great. You're not wasting my time. I love that. I moved on to the highest rated game I could find. It's called Galaxy Cadet 2020. Now, this game surprised the hell out of me. It had high ratings, and I started playing it, and it just felt like you're sitting there. You are a person in front of an arcade machine, and you're playing Galaga. A game like Galaga or Space Invaders or whatever. You're just moving a 2D screen, kind of like what you did in what's that game? Pixel Ripped, 1989. You're playing a game in front of you on a 2D screen. It's like Galaga. You get power-ups, and it's moving quickly. And it was already, like, relatively engaging. So I was like, yeah, I'll play this for a little bit, see how it goes. And then suddenly the game has a glitch, and it has like an error screen pops up and says, please stay here while somebody comes to help you keep playing the game. So please don't go anywhere. And then you realize that your character can move throughout this environment now. And so you're in an arcade, and there's all these depressed looking dudes playing arcade games, and you can suddenly move around in the arcade environment. I don't want to spoil what happens, but it's a short-lived kind of a story game, kind of a creepy dystopian vibe. Very excellent. When the game first glitched and broke me out of my shell, I was very taken aback, and I appreciated the artistic take that somebody went on it. A game well deserving of its high ranking in Dreams VR. So if you got Dreams VR, play Galaxy Cadet 2020. The next game I dove into almost entirely because of the name was called To the Top Demo. Adam, do you remember To the Top?
It is only my most
And Adam's internet has died again. To the Top was Adam's most underappreciated PlayStation VR game. So this game, I don't even know if Adam can hear me. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to pause this 1 second.
Most underappreciated game in the PSVR library. I absolutely love it. And honestly, I think it very much is deserving of my number one PSVR game of all time.
Okay, well, that's a bit lofty. It's a very good game, but this is not that game.
It is true. Tell me a better game, butthole. You want to have a discussion? You came to Rumble. I will F you up, you piece of garbage.
The Persistence?
Okay, Persistence is very good. And I think the Persistence has a better – I don't even know if I can say that. It's very tough. Persistence is very good, but To the Top, after not playing it again and going back a couple weeks ago, my mind was effed for a second time. It is such a gem, and people don't play it, and I hate you. Not you, Alex, but you as a people, that this game is not more awarded and more loved, because it certainly should.
It is certainly upper echelon, I'll say that. And it's a travesty that it's not on the Oculus Quest. Maybe it is now, but the fact that they kicked it off the Oculus Quest.
Give me one fault of the game.
They could have put like a good story into it somehow.
Dude, that's not what it's about. No one wants an effing plot. It's not a plot-based game.
Okay. Hey, I'll take that. I get it. It's an excellent game, and it's really bad that it's not more lauded. Anyways, this game, To the Top Demo, is not To the Top that you're thinking of. It's a platformer.
Garbage. That is the biggest cuck I've ever seen. Or what's that word?
No, we're just gonna roll with it, Adam. Somebody made just like a jumping, speed running platforming game. Adam's trying to figure out what cuck means.
That's the biggest. Dang it! What is that word?
To the Top. You play like a little big-headed assassin girl or something like that, and you just jump around this environment, and you can hit buttons, and it alters the shape of the environment. Very simple, but it's an impressive platformer that somebody made in Dreams, and it's a demo because they're going to release more levels now. If they can release, maybe 5 hours worth of levels, this will have made the Dreams VR worth it, because let me tell you, it is exciting to play this 3D platformer in VR. I'm very appreciative of it. I love it. I don't need 100 hours, but I would love to spend 2 or 3 hours playing through a fully fledged version of this game. So that was the next game I played, To the Top Demo. It was absolutely fantastic. I know Adam,
I can't figure out what I was saying. There's definitely a phrase that's like, it's like bullcrap. Like that's the biggest, not
the biggest
tease.
cuck. We're just gonna say it's the biggest cuck that happened.
Can you get your last game over with so I can ramble about something?
So the last game I want to talk about, I didn't play it. It's going to be the next up on my list. It's called The Silver Slumber. It's like an action RPG. People are making fully fledged games, Adam. They might not be full hours, but they're fully fledged games with full game mechanics. I cannot believe what people do in this. I don't know how they have the time. I would love to make a PlayPSVR game in Dreams, but I just don't have the time, Adam. But I will say, you don't have to have the time. People are out there making games for you because they love making games. Dreams VR, to me, is worth the $30. If I could pop in once a week and play a new 10, 20, 30-minute experience and enjoy that time spent, this is a very, very cheap ticket for a wonderful museum of VR gaming. I haven't even gotten into the artwork. I would love to just go in and check out awesome sculptures somebody made. This is what I'm talking about, man. They've taken VR to the next level. I'm so excited to see what people come up with. And if you have a recommendation, please reach out to us at playpsvr@gmail.com. Maybe contact at playpsvr.com. I don't know if that still works. Playpsvr@gmail.com. Tell me some games to play in Dreams VR so I can pass it along to Adam so he will dive into this maybe get motivated, maybe do something with his life, and make a PlayPSVR VR Dreams game. Adam, that was my last game. What do you want to say to me, man?
First, when you join Dreams, be sure to play the game, PlayPSVR the game, where you just smash genitals with Alex's mom the whole time. It's going to be awesome. Second, I'm a little salty here, Alex, and it's petty, but it's the way it is. Months ago, 2 months ago, you sent me a form for a Dreams VR, I guess maybe it was a beta or some type of testing. Before Dreams VR came out, they had a thing open for testers. I applied. I seemingly matched everything that they wanted. All the questions they asked were right up my alley. I freaking cover VR, for gosh sakes. And I mean, the application was fairly lengthy, and I was detailed, and I explained why I would be a good candidate to review it and how I would spend tons of time and how I already played Dreams Beta, did all this garbage, and I didn't hear a jack titty thing back. And so now I don't want anything to effing do with it. Why would you not have someone – like I promise not to tell anyone anything, but if there was a single person – who knows their way around a BS PSVR title like Special Delivery and 18 Floors, as well as the highs of the VR and To the Top and Resident Evil. It's me, and yet I didn't get it, and I'm salty, and I'm not giving them my money.
All right, I get it. I think the reason you didn't get in on the application, because I think one of the questions was, do you know what the word cuck means? And I think you said yes, but they knew you were lying. Adam,
maybe I put the word in my application.
I would love to cuck the Dreams VR.
I'm a huge cucker for VR.
Oh, Adam. Speaking of BS, somebody made Beat Saber in Dreams VR already. I haven't had a chance to try it, but something tells me it's not going to be as dramatic and amazing as Roller Coaster Dreams VR, that last game that I played.
Yeah, baby.
That had a random Beat Saber clone in the middle of it. God, what a spectacular gift that was. Oh, man. Dreams VR, I certainly enjoyed it. I think it's well worth the $30 I dropped on it. I do want to give a shout out to our boy, That Guy Is Will. That Guy Is Will VR, PSVR Review is what he calls himself sometimes. He's doing like a weekly series of Dreams VR titles that you should check out. So maybe check him out and see what you can glean. I know I'm going to go there and see how I can get my money's worth out of Dreams VR, even if I'm not going to make games out
also, of it. If you don't even want to look at his content, in PlayPSVR the game, not only are you able to smash genitals with Alex's mom, but there's also a voyeurism aspect of the game where you can also join to be a third party watching. So if you just want to watch Will play the game, you can do that.
All right. I really love the new angle you've brought to this podcast, Adam. I'm so glad we took the hiatus so you could refine your improv skills and really come up with some awesome bits for this podcast. Talk about smashing.
What'd you call your mom?
All right, Adam. Moving on.
That's a good one.
In the other podcast, we cover some other news. So it's kind of slow these days in terms of PSVR news. But we do have a new release. It's kind of a highly anticipated release. Pistol Whip came out. It's a game that people have enjoyed on PC VR. I think maybe Oculus Quest or something like that. It's $30 on the PlayStation Store right now, and it is Pistol Whip. It is like a rhythm action shooting game. Adam, have you seen anything about this game?
All I know is that Shafe Dog has a haptic suit, and he's been playing this game. He said he's sweating his nuts off. He's loving it. And obviously I don't have a haptic suit, but I don't know. I'm going to be honest. One thing with my headset is, it is definitely worn and beaten up. And so I have that somewhat, I don't want to say janky, but I have the head strap that goes on top of your head to help hold it. So active games like this, because my band is broken, some of the resistance bands, the active games I really can't play because the headset moves around too much, and that's going to prevent me from buying this game.
That's a shame, Adam. This game, I watched the trailer. I want to buy it, but I just bought Dreams, and I feel like it's going to be crazy for me to double dip like that in 1 week. Maybe next week I'll get into it. It looks kind of like Rez, but with pistols. Like, you have enemies that you shoot. They're not really attacking you. You want to try to shoot them in a rhythm, and I think that affects the music. The visuals look really trippy. There's obviously some John Wick, Equilibrium inspiration with like the gun katas and the dual wielding pistols. So I feel like this is a game that I really enjoy. I do hear that it's kind of a workout. You're going to be doing a lot of squats and stuff like that to dodge bullets, because the bullets come at you with like a bit of a rhythm to them, I think. So dodging bullets and shooting back, that interactivity, kind of a super hot feel, is what I'm guessing I'm going to get out of this. Developed by Cloudhead Games. People seem super hyped on it. Everybody seems to be really enjoying it now that it's released. Adam, if I get it and I tell you it's good, are you going to purchase it then? Or are you still just going to be like, I have a PSVR podcast, but I won't get a good PSVR headset?
I really feel like the issue is my headset. I mean, if you really have to move, I think that's going to be very difficult to play with a headset that isn't firmly on your head.
Okay. Adam's a man who really appreciates firmness. Okay. Well, moving on to the news. There wasn't much news happening. Since we last did this podcast, I don't think we talked too much. Vader Immortal is announced for the PlayStation VR. I don't know when it's coming out, but Adam, are you interested in Star Wars at all?
No. We did talk about this.
We talked about Vader Immortal? Okay. Moving on from that. Resident Evil 8, they call it Resident Evil Village. That is coming out. It's kind of a continuation of the Resident Evil 7 type gameplay with the first person and whatnot, whereas Resident Evil 2 and 3, the remakes came out. They were third person, like RE4. Looks like they're dipping back into the first person gameplay. Somebody interviewed a developer who let slip that Resident Evil 8 is going to be VR enabled. Now, this is important for two things. One, it means Capcom has not given up on VR. But two, Resident Evil 8, pretty sure it's a next generation game, a PlayStation 5 game. So that makes it sound like there are PlayStation 5 games being developed for PSVR. Adam, would you play Resident Evil Village if it wasn't in VR?
Ooh, that's a loaded question.
Not that loaded.
Oh, it's pretty loaded.
Well, drop your load on me, Adam, and tell me what you think.
Oh, man. So my load, it's tough to, I shouldn't be struggling that much with this, but I really am, because the thing is, after playing Resident Evil 7 in VR, there is no way I ever want to play that game again unless it's in VR, because you lose so much. So knowing that, I feel like maybe I would play it for the sake of playing it, and assuming it had good reviews, but it's a whole different ball game with VR. With VR is I must play. It's not, I want to play it, blah, blah, blah. I have to. And so,
would you buy a new headset for it?
I won't need a new headset. You're not going to be moving around like in the Matrix, so okay. I'll be A-okay.
All right.
And after I drop $800 on that PS5, I'm going to be too broke to buy a new headset. So, but here's the thing. This news to me is huge. The reason PlayPSVR, the game, exists is because I heard this news and I needed to mount something. And unless I used my couch or a hole in the ground, I was like, I need to make something. And so I made the game. And this, like you mentioned, is huge because not only does that mean PS5 is going to have some games that are compatible with VR, which is obviously something we were so desperately hoping was true. Two, we didn't know. We saw this obviously in the presentation for PS5, the Resident Evil Village, but it made no indication it was for VR. And again, we've discussed, like, holy crap, if it's not in VR, are we going to play it? This means I certainly am going to play it, and I'm certain it's going to be an awesome game because the seventh installment of the series was. And then finally, I mean, it's just an incredible game, and I need me a good VR experience like Saints and Sinners that is long, interactive, scary. I'm all in, Alex. I am all in.
I can't think of a better way to launch PSVR into the next generation than a next generation Resident Evil first person shooter VR experience. So yeah, I'm all aboard. Adam, I think you did want to touch base before we get into the sales about Tetris Effect. Was there something there that you had?
So for some reason, you won't do it. You won't talk about it. But the fact is, there was on Twitter, I saw, and it was a little speculation, like, is it only for Xbox? But
it's part of the Xbox press conference, but
we cleared it up. It's also for VR and PSVR and PlayStation. So they're coming out with a couple new modes and update for Tetris Effect. One in which you can partner with a PS friend and essentially you play Tetris together. And I don't know if there's an extra story mode or if it's more of like you just try to get a high score. Not exactly sure what that looks like, but you play as a friend, you're together. There is a versus mode, which I think is pretty neat. I'm assuming it's going to be like that Tetris 99 or whatever that game was called.
If it's like Tetris 99, that's going to be addictive as hell. I really hope it's like that. That's great. That's a great game.
And then there is another one where, again, you're still working with a partner, and it looks like there are 2 or 3 screens together. So you're working on a very large Tetris board, and there are like enemy tetraminos that you're attacking and that essentially you're battling together. So that's another aspect and another type of game that they're adding. And all that stuff I just think it's wonderful because not only are you now going to be able to play with a fellow, gamer, which I think totally changes the entire landscape of Tetris Effect. If you've gotten bored with it, now you can get back in it and there's a reason to get back in it. And then you're right. I have played Tetris 99 like twice. And it is addicting because you think, oh, I almost had it next time. If only the tetraminos fell this way, or I got that one instead of this one, I could have won. And I really do think that could be very addicting. And hopefully, unfortunately, I don't know why it took so long, but hopefully it can salvage the piece of trash that is Tetris Effect.
The piece of trash that you've almost platinumed.
F you.
Yeah. All right, well, let's move on to everybody's favorite segment, Adam, the sales.
Here's the thing. You want to know why I like Tetris Effect? Here, I'll tell you right now. Okay, because I did it this week, too, because I was like, oh, I'm going to get warmed up. That way I don't show up and look like a freaking fool. So I put on Tetris Effect. I didn't even listen to the music. I plugged in some headphones, and I was listening just some other random music, and I could sit there and I could think about life and what I wanted to do and where I was going. I could get real with myself. I was doing something. My mind was engaged. I could kind of zone out. You can't do that with any other game, Alex. And there's no other game on the PSVR that I can do that with. So that is why I play it. And you should try it sometimes because you have some stuff in your life you need to sort out.
Adam, I tried to explain to you that is quite literally the Tetris effect that they're talking about. And the fact that you call it a piece of trash game when they've given you this transcendental experience and you recognize it and you're still like, oh, but it's still trash. Adam, I tried to explain to you when I play Lumines, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm activating parts of my brain so that I can free up the other parts of my brain to sort out the problems of my life and really think about things. I'm glad you found a game that you can do that with, and I'm glad it's Tetris Effect. And I think that's what they're going for, and I think their music and the playlist thing kind of takes away from it because you kind of want your focus on trying to make music as opposed to just really enjoying it. So, I'm happy for you, Adam.
I would rather take a T Tetramino in my butthole than play Lumines again. That game sucks. Also, the Tetris Effect technically, sir, is when you start seeing the tetraminos and you go to bed and you have like thoughts of them. That's not what's happening. This is just giving me a time to sit here and think about just life.
You almost like zone out. You like zone out and get really meditative, right?
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, my life sucks. Yeah, exactly.
This game has had like an effect on you.
F you. Move on, you dude.
All right, on to the sales. Adam, Rise of the Tomb Raider, 20-year celebration. It is a free PS Plus game. There's a small PSVR mode. Are you going to download it and play it where you walk around the mansion as Lara Croft, but you can't see yourself?
Last time I checked, she didn't hang a boob, so I'm not interested.
All right. Tekken 7 is $9.
I wish they would quit putting this on sale. No one wanted it at full price. No one's definitely going to want it on sale price. Get it out of here. I'm sick of hearing about it.
Take it off the store.
Years with this.
Take it off the store. You're right. Stifled, $4.99.
Oh, boy, please. I will do anything for someone to play this at mother effing game.
Would you give somebody $5 so they could buy it?
I would give someone $5 to play this effing game. It is so
First
good.
person to reach out to us in the DMs on Twitter, Adam will send you $5 via PayPal to buy this game.
It's going to be in Bitcoin Cash.
It's going to be in Bitcoin Cash.
It is so incredible. It is another one of the most – the issue with this being at a very top 5, top 10 PSVR list is the fact that it's very story-based and it's very unique, but there are so many other games that have more engaging gameplay that it's really hard to put it that high up on the list. But the way it's presented, the gimmick that everything's black and when the echoes of your voice go into the environment, that's what lights it up for you to see. And then for the monsters to chase you is so incredible. Seriously, it is. If I had to rate it right now, give it a score, I would probably give it 8.5. I don't know what you would do, Alex.
It's so incredible. 8.5 out of 10.
That's really good for a small game.
It's good. It's good.
What do you want from me?
9. A 9.
I gave Shadow of the Colossus I was talking to a friend, I don't know, a couple months ago about whole games, and we had played wholly all the way through. And I gave that like a 6. So okay. I'm saying it's that much better than Shadow of the Colossus. Like I'm telling you, it is a top-notch mother effing game. If you have not played it, do yourself a favor. Get over yourself. Put down Tekken 7 and play Stifled.
Don't feel bad, ladies. Adam's a tough critic. Carnival Games VR for $4.99.
No, not for the same price as Stifled. Oh,
assume somebody already has Stifled. Deracine, $6.59.
Let me tell you what. You could use that same $6.69 and go buy Dreams and play PSVR the game. Play PSVR the
game. Dreams is $30. Anyways. Arizona Sunshine Deluxe Edition, $17.99.
That is humorous because we bought one of the DLCs and it sucked. The actual game itself sucked. No, especially now there's so many better options. There's even better zombie games than Arizona Sunshine. Get out of here.
Track Lab, $7.99.
You're the one. Wait. Were you the one to play this? It had like the good music and it had the little ball, like the little metal ball.
It's like a knockoff of Electronauts, maybe. You're thinking of Hollow Ball?
No, I like Hollow Ball, but there was a game. You're right. I am thinking about the wrong game. What's the game? Amaze Balls.
Super Amaze Balls. Yeah, that was good. This is not that.
Yeah.
Borderlands 2 VR, $19.99.
You know,
it's a good RPG.
This is the first price that I've actually thought about it. But the issue is now it's old. I really want something. If this game only had multiplayer.
Yeah, I agree. Wolfenstein Cyberpilot for $7.99.
So this game got a lot of crap when it came out. But I will admit, it has its issues. But for $8, I would pull that trigger. The worst thing about the game is there are sections where, again, you have to do menial tasks before your missions, which I hate when games do that. But the tracking is so god-awful. It is special delivery type bad. I don't know what they were doing. But when you're actually in the mission, there's variety. Tracking works well. It has a decent little plot. It's awesome to blow things up. It's awesome. So you got to take the good with the bad. $8. I say do it.
Ski Jumping Pro VR, $8.99.
I don't know much about this game, so I can't really say. It doesn't sound like something I would pay $8 to do, but maybe I'm wrong. Prove me wrong.
Super Hot VR, $11.24.
Please do it. It is so good.
Farpoint, $9.99.
Yeah. Granted, to play this, you have to have you don't have to. But you very much should have the aim controller because otherwise you're getting I don't know. Without the aim controller, you're getting 70% of the experience at best.
Yeah, I don't know. Res Infinite, $14.99.
Ooh. I would pay $85.99 for what you're going to get for Res Infinite. Your soul will be enlightened. You will never be the same. You won't see not only video games complete differently, you will see your whole life differently. It is definitely worth that. Do it. Stifled and Res Infinite. Those are my two PlayPSVR must-buys of the week.
Moss for $14.99.
Good game. Probably play it. It's a little cute mouse. If you feel real bad when she dies, if you haven't played it, I guess play it. But
Blood and Truth, $19.99.
You didn't like this. I didn't play it because you didn't like it.
I mean, it's all right. It just $19.99 is a good price for it. Everybody's Golf VR for $14.99.
I played this not long ago. It holds up. It's just after so long, it loses its luster, I guess. It's another game that would be a complete game changer if it had multiplayer.
Yeah.
I guess I understand why it doesn't. Or even like add a tournament mode where you are actually going against an AI in golf or something.
Or just your friend's high score. You don't got to play at the same time, right?
Yeah, that would be something. And it doesn't have any of that. So it does get a little old playing it by yourself.
Pancake House, $14.99.
I don't even know what this is.
It's like a zombie shooter or something.
Yeah, no. Probably still better than Arizona Sunshine, though.
Cindy Ara, Monster of the Deep, Final Fantasy 15, $14.99. Yeah.
Dude, she might as well just take her top off because there's a Grand Canyon between her chest there. It's a very good game. If you like fishing, even if you don't like fishing, it has like some type of obviously Final Fantasy thing to it. Very good game, very long game. You are going to get your money's worth without a doubt. I mean, now it's probably a little blurry for this point of where we are in the console, but if it piques your interest, buy it. If not, it's probably a pass.
Bravo Team, $9.99.
No.
Astrobot Rescue Mission, $9.99.
Yes.
Immortal Legacy, the Jade Cipher, $9.99.
You won't let me talk. No.
Tetris Effect, $19.99.
They're coming out with that update. So
it's
I
trash.
Guess,
yes.
Dude, they're coming out with the update. Dude, when you and I play together, will you promise me, Alex, when the patch comes out, the first day of the patch, will you and I golden stream it together?
Yes, I'd love to, Adam, but last time we tried to play this game together, you get all pissy because I beat the crap out of your high score.
Whoa, that is not true.
Yeah, you cried.
I mean, I lost. I didn't cry. And also, that was the stupid demo. And, okay, you beat me. I didn't cry. We're working together. And plus,
I didn't cry.
I am much better now than I was before.
Firewall Zero Hour, $9.99.
No, please don't waste your time.
Arc Park, $24.99.
No, that game is awful.
It's like still the most expensive game on the – yeah. Project Lux, $14.99.
Nah, there's better anime somewhere else.
Tokyo Chronos, $29.99.
There's still better anime.
That's a healthy dose of visual novel if you want it. Gran Turismo Sport, $11.99.
Probably not bad, but yeah. You're
not a racer. You're not a racer. You're a racist. Space Channel 5 VR, Kind of Funky News Flash, $24.99.
No.
What if I told you they had a Hatsune Miku DLC you could download?
Ooh, does it come with a Hatsune Miku blow-up doll?
Yeah.
Deal.
Jupiter and Mars, $14.99.
This game interests me because it has a Res vibe, but a mix between Journey and Res is what I'm thinking here. And I don't know if that's true, but that's kind of what it seemed like. I don't know. It's intriguing, but it's a little much for a flyer and hoping that I like a game.
It just didn't grab me. It's a game made for me and it just didn't get me. And I don't know. I just didn't feel motivated to keep going, but maybe that's on me. Dreams VR, it is $29.99.
I've already said no.
Okay. And Tilt Brush by Google, $14.99.
No.
All right. That is it for the sales, and that is it for this episode of Play PSVR, the podcast, episode 84. Adam, why don't you take us out?
Here's the thing. I want you to be inside our Play PSVR, the game. We've got to design it first, but we love you. We thank you for listening. This is episode 80 freaking 4. That is a lot of episodes. We have something coming up very shortly. We're getting together. It's pretty big news. We're pretty excited about it. And I'm excited for you to learn about it and become part. I want you inside of us because you make us. You drive everything we do, and we love you, and we want to play with you both and play PSVR the game and on PlayStation, but also while we're hanging out in the lobby of Firewall 0 Hour, because that's where you are most of the time. Regardless, thank you for listening. We got our email, contact@playpsvr.com. We got our Twitter. We love talking to you guys. Let us know of the dream games that you want Alex to play and maybe convince me to play. If you don't have Stifle, first or second person, contact me about Stifle. You have to play the game. I will get you the game. It is an incredible game. Regardless, thank you guys again for listening. For Alex, I'm Adam. For PlayPSVR, where virtual reality is our reality.